Hello there, YouTube. I was going to be doing each of these separately, but in order to save a little bit of time on my part, I decided to roll them all into one video. These aren't going to go in any particular order, but these are the grand total of 5 aftershaves I have and I have tried. Alright, so eeny, meeny, miny. Alright, let's go with first one. Aqua Velva Classic Ice Blue. See if I can get through these kind of rapid fire. This is available pretty much at any drugstore you can imagine. I think I got this particular one at a Rite Aid down the street from where I live, so pretty readily available. Let's see, how much did I pay for it? The aftershaves. Alright, I paid $5 for this bottle, which I'm not going to try to see how much it is per ounce, but the smell that you actually get from this itself is a very clean, a very fresh smell, almost mentholated kind of smell, kind of basic, kind of like an astringent you might get for like face scrub, that kind of thing. Basic, but fresh, clean kind of smell. Next one is going to be the Pinaud Clubman, a classic among the traditional shaving community. This one is a very grandpa kind of smell. It's old barbershop, like baby powder, talc kind of smell. If you like that kind of thing, it's great. I do happen to like that kind of thing, so I love it. None of these aftershaves I'm going to be talking about really dry your face out at all, or the amount that they do is kind of expected because they're all alcohol based, but for the price, I really like this one. And let's see, the next one is Brut Classic Aftershave. I got that one at a Rite Aid too. Let's see how much. Oh, for the Pinaud, I paid $8 for that bottle, and for the Brut, I paid $7.50 for the bottle. So for about the same price, you can get either this or this. And this one, compared to the Pinaud, has a little bit more of a musky kind of smell. A little bit more of what you would expect from an aftershave. A warm kind of smell. One of the things I will have to point out about that one is that it just sort of permeates the entire room that you're in if you're in an enclosed space. So unless you're around people who like the smell of basic but okay aftershave, I would take that into consideration when using it. Next one I got is another classic. Is the Old Spice Splash aftershave. I got this one at a Walmart, I believe it was, for, let's see, Old Spice. I got this for $7. Now, of the aftershaves that I've used so far, this and the Clubman have to be my two favorites. This one is quite different from the others in that if you've ever had like a spice cake, it has actually a quite similar smell to that. The packaging, I haven't really seen too many that are like this, where it's just like a little plastic stopper plug. The smell is kind of a spice and sweet kind of smell with just a little bit of, I think it's rose this one has. It's either rose or lilac, but I'm pretty sure it's rose. That one is a very pleasant smell, and almost anyone can pull it off, though there are some people that it just doesn't work for. Must be body chemistry or something. So with Old Spice, I would totally recommend you try it. But the last one is something that when I asked my dad, like, hey, when you were my age, what aftershave did you wear? And at first he said, well, when I was your age, I didn't really wear aftershave. And he says, when I was your age, let's see, he was born in, I think he was born in 63 or 64. So when he was my age, it would have been around 1984. So he says, and when I was your age, aftershaves were kind of a big thing. But at one point, his girlfriend at the time bought him a bottle of aftershave and said, "Here, wear this." And that was he said that was the only aftershave he ever wore, mostly because he usually didn't care for them. But he wore the Stetson Original. This is one of the few that I have that people are really divided on. The smell. It has kind of a musk scent to it, but there's also a fair bit of like florally, herbal kind of notes that I've heard it described as sort of an old lady perfume, but the reason for that I read was because back in the day when like cowboys would try to make themselves smell a little better, they would take like a bunch of flowers and stuff them into like their shirt pocket or something, so it would be kind of a florally kind of scent. And even though it does have the old perfume kind of smell, it is somehow still kind of a masculine smell. My dad described it as a very powerhouse 80s scent. He said it was a pretty common kind of smell for guys to wear, at least in the 80s when he was my age. And honestly, I like this one. Not just because I like how it smells like on my face just personally, which is, incidentally, this is what I'm wearing today. It's one that I've actually received quite a few comments on from the people around me. A lot of people, the comment that stood out to me was that it's like, is that aftershave you're wearing? And I said, yeah. Well, what do you think of it? They said, you know what? It doesn't smell like a lot of aftershaves that I'm used to, because they're probably used to smelling stuff like Axe, which I hate, by the way. And that's predictably what people say about it, is that it's not something I smell very often, and it's just a kind of a different smell than you're used to a guy my age smelling like. So people like it, and I'm gonna have to say that I would recommend that you get it. However, there is a little bit of a caveat to that. This bottle, normally I've seen this bottle priced at around, this is the 8-ounce bottle. I've seen it priced around $20 or so, and that just seems a little bit steep to me. But also, I got this at, I think, Sears for like the holiday special rack for like $8. So if you can find it at a good enough price, I'd recommend that you get it. But if you don't like the powerhouse 80s kind of smell, I wouldn't recommend going for that. Alright, so that I think that wraps up this aftershave roundup, and I hope that's helpful to you in some way. But aftershave reviews are not really going to be my forte, because at home I'm not really going to be allowed to wear them. Thank you very much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a nice day.